So I want to land back off of what we discussed yesterday. Is that correct? Now, yesterday we learned, or we discussed, you know what I mean? We explored the information of the plowshares being beat in the swords, and where would that start? Okay, so there's levels to this shit. As everybody knows, there's levels to everything. Now, the men of the Most High are on earth in order to establish the Most High's law on earth, and so that it is followed perfectly by earthlings. I say on earth, but the Bible often refers to it as in earth. So, me as a ruler, realizing that the earth is a bowl and it's an enclosed system, realizes that we are in earth. But I often make that mistake of saying on earth. Now, comprehend this. That is our ultimate goal, is to prepare the field for the rulership of Jesus Christ by his proper reputation. Name means reputation, and I think you know who I'm referring to. And you know some of you know his reputation. Now, the process of that is multi-layered, very multi-layered. So what I'm seeing around the world, right, is the tilling of the soil, being prepared to, and the planting of the seeds, and the cultivating of the wheat and the tares. Allow them to grow together until who? The reapers come along. So you got the people who fish for men. So they go out and tell men their transgressions, and hopefully women hear it and get involved. But there's another class of people that follows them, after them. So those men that they are fishing for are to fish other men. These men that those people are fishing for, right, as you go among the highways and byways and show his people their transgressions, those men are looking for the reapers. The reapers will stick the sickle into the crop, the wheat and the tares. He's going to bind up the tares to be burned, and then he's going to put the wheat into barns. Okay, so, throughout my channel, we explore that in some conversations. Okay, so the conversations can get quite lengthy, 8 hours. So I'm just going to show you this as quickly as I can. You have grim, which means lacking genuine levity, lacking humor, mirthless, black. depressing or worrying to consider. Okay. Unrelenting, harsh, merciless, or severe. All right, so I'm going to show you that Israelites are the Grim Reaper that you dread, and that you do everything in your power to prevent from rising up, right? So now, before I do this, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to I forget the name of this camp, but they are the Adam camp or whatever, Martyrs of Yahweh, the Martyrs of Yahweh. So that I wouldn't have named myself that, because you don't want to be a martyr, brother. You understand? But go ahead, enjoy yourself. Okay, so they out here doing what they supposed to do. Check out that video. I'm gonna pull out my sword right quick, even though you're not my enemy, and show you this as quickly as I can. Okay, so let's look up mercy. Let's see about that. Let's see about that, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Interesting. So I gotta go to the excuse me, miss. I gotta go to the prophets, the books of the prophets to show you this here. Okay. All right. Let me get to the prophets, man. Be patient. Okay, that's why I'm scrolling like that. All right, so let me go about here in this range. All right. I mean, you can see it in the prophecies of the Psalms as well, but I want to get straight to the point. All right. We might can go in Jeremiah or something like that, Yirmiyahu. We might can do that or whatever, you know what I mean? But okay. Now. All right, now here we go. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right. Uh-huh. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for here. Okay. Let's see. Have mercy. Uh-huh. Have mercy. Let's look up no mercy. How about that? Just to narrow it down a little, because that's a lot of mercies there. Because the Most High is merciful to us. So that word is going to show up quite a bit, showing the mercy that he has on our disobedience. Okay. Here's a good one. Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth or angry with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into your hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient have you very heavily laid your yoke. That's what you did to us. That's exactly what you did to us. Now check this out. They, talking about Israel, shall lay hold on bow and spear. We read that yesterday. We're going to beat our plowshares into spears. And it's going to start from Subic, which was originally named Hubec, and mispronounced by the Spanish who conquered it. All right. Subic, and then mispronounced by the Americans who conquered it, Subig. That was yesterday, right? We learned that the plow is going to be beat into swords and spears. So we understand that swords are guns and spears are guns. We understand that. And that's what's happening from the Philippines, which is Tarshish. It's proven. It's already proven. All you have to do is look up one of my playlists, the Solomon Gold series, and watch it from beginning to end without stopping. You know, let me give you added suggestion to watching the playlist. Make sure that you eat, wash, sleep, pause for your 6-day work schedule, and rest on the Sabbath, and consider the law daily. Make sure you do all those things as you're watching the Solomon's Gold series, which is, is it's a caterance to the absolute well-known worldwide amongst the rulers of the earth fact that Israel is the wealthiest family on the face of the planet. And so one of the emperors, the Roman emperor's descendants, is now the absolute controller and allocator of our family's fortune. So as I read prophecy, as I read it and understand it, whenever they separate us in any way, then plagues happen to these people and things of this nature. So our physical wealth inheritance is part of us because it is our power, is part of our power. So earthly power is demonstrated by armies and the allocation of resources to proper people, right? So spirit, you already understand what spiritual power, metaphysical power is. Telepathy and transporting yourself with your mind to different locations in spiritual form or in a ghostly form, traveling back and forth to heaven, IFOs, according to us. We call them the chariots of the Most High. Okay, now what spirit, what miraculous power. So that is the power of the Most High that He will restore to us when we step into our proper persona and become a nation again. Which one of the tumbling blocks of becoming a nation is causing an election amongst ourselves, amongst the diaspora, and choosing one leader over us, which hopefully we will vote for Jesus Christ amongst his proper name, according to his proper name, right? And reputation. And so hopefully that happens. Okay, and then there will, in the interim, there will need to be a human representative on the earth in order to disseminate information that the Most High would be dealing with directly. So since he only deals with his wonderful Son directly, I'm fairly certain that it's very difficult for us to deal with the Most High directly, or Jesus Christ's Father. However, like I told you yesterday, I spoke with an elder who, seen from my perspective of his description of the person that he encountered, dealt with the Most High directly, which ordered him to till the ground. Okay, ordered him to till the ground, turn the ground over, dig your hands into the dirt and turn it over, that's getting the ground prepared to plant seeds. That's why you till the ground. You understand that? Great. So now there was other things involved in that conversation, which I'm not going to go too deep into, because first of all, I don't remember every exact word that we spoke to each other. It's just a lot of love being shared until he hung up on me. So that's kind of funny. But listen, this is the no mercy part here. Okay, we understand that the plowshares will be beat into swords and spears. And then you see here in Jeremiah 6:23, Yirmiyahu 6:23, they shall lay hold on bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roars like the sea, and they ride upon horses, set in array as men for war against you, O daughter of Zion. Okay, so this is the other nations that have come against us, of course, and they are cruel in that way. So that's the situation. Now, when it comes to us, we also will be doing this. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy. And see how in this verse it proves that the other nations had no mercy on us in Jeremiah 6:23. And in James 2:13 it says that for he shall have judgment without mercy as well, that has shown no mercy to us. And mercy rejoices against judgment. You see? Yeah. So they're happy about these things, but it's all good. All right. And when the Most High, your power, shall deliver them before you, you shall smite them and utterly destroy them. You shall make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. So that was an order, of course, that took place during the time of Moses and Joshua as they went throughout the wilderness conquering. Inadvertently had to conquer. They were just attempting to peacefully pass through. But since it was so many of them, millions of them, the countries or the families in those bordered locations thought it would be dangerous to have the people pass through their country, and as if they would loot and ruin their economy by eating all their stock, their food, and looting and raping and pillaging possibly could have been their concerns. But of course, we're not like that, and but that's the image that we have from the beginning of time, because Satan is just so subtle and crafty, and you believe everything Satan says. So you believe that we'll just rape and pillage any and everybody at any time for no reason. Well, that doesn't happen whenever we step into our proper persona and we start thinking as rulers. We devalue useless, worthless, horror-biting women that just have sex 7 times a day. We don't value them to have sex with those people. So we wouldn't have lived out their concerns. But of course, we passed through anyway, killing anyone who got in our way, and that's going to happen again. There's nothing that you can do to stop it. I mean, you can attempt to kill every Israelite you see everywhere on the face of the planet, as you have been doing for all of these hundreds and hundreds of years, killing everyone and subjecting us to perpetual servitude. But it's just not effective. The reason being is because the Most High encouraged you and motivated you to do these things to us. So now that our time is up, our sentence has elapsed. There's a problem that you're having, and now all of your countries are in disarray because of our rising. So your goal in life is to destroy us, and our goal in life is to restore the earth to ecological balance and have dominion over everything righteously. So in fairness and equity and justice. Okay, so there is no justice that Satan provides. He does not provide justice. So you think that he's the smarter God, and so therefore you worship Satan. I think that was a bad move for you to make, and it was it's gonna really determine you, the where your immortal soul resides and what type of conditions that your immortal soul is going to experience. So this is why I cannot coexist with you, because I don't want to experience what you're going to experience. It's a known fact that all humans are immortal. It's a known fact that all life is immortal. Okay, so the scientific community tries to uh, remix it into a way that they can comprehend. They say that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Okay, that's great. Specifically speaking about living spirit, all things living have spirit, and this spirit is immortal. That's how I put it. So you can remix it to however, whatever tickles your ear. But this is the most accurate way to put it, that all life is immortal until the Most High decides to make it no longer immortal. So the dirt body is going to corrupt and corrode and whatnot, and the immortal spirit is going to live on. Some of us are going to live in relative comfort, very relative comfort. Okay, and you are going to live in excruciating discomfort. I use the word excruciating because the first time that word was ever invented, it was invented to describe the pain that you put Hamashiach through. Jesus Christ. You put him through excruciating pain and torture. And then you hung him on a cross, which was one of your favorite punishments to show your power. So now that he has done that, we no longer have to go through that type of torture, humiliation, pain, and death. We no longer have to go through those things. So your plan to kill us all will certainly backfire. Okay. So hopefully, him knows who I'm speaking to. Okay. And I'm explaining to you that God, you already know that God is real, but you think that Satan is the proper God to deal with. Okay, well, you're gonna learn very quickly that it's not. So now I'm bringing up no mercy in order to correlate that with grim. Grim means no mercy. And then, of course, the reapers are the Israelites, And so that's who we are. We are the Grim Reapers. We're the merciless reapers. Okay, so I'm going to look up the etymology of reapers in just a moment here. Okay, but I just want to give you a little taste. Ruth 2 and 3. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And her hap was to light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. You understand that? Eli Malak. Now, that it might be too complicated for you to comprehend. So, but everything starts with a person, and then it multiplies throughout existence. Okay, so everything begins with a thought, and then the myriad of millions of thoughts that you have per day are created by your speech. So the things that you say automatically create whatever you said. Okay. So if you were to go on and negate it, or anyone around goes on to negate what you said, there you go. They have created that thing. The opposite of what you know, that what you have spoken to happen. All right. So this is why you don't tell people your plans until it happens, because you don't want anybody to negate your creation, which is your speech. That's it. It's just as simple as that. But I'm trying to show you the reapers. I'm gonna go again to the book. Here we go. Matthew 13:30 is a good one. Let both grow together, talking about the wheat and the tares, until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather you together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn. Well, this is going to be such a vainglorious day when that happens. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The enemy that sowed the tares into the earth, Satan's seed that we talk about, and some people try to debate that is the seed of Cain, and you see, that is the descendants of Cain. Okay, well, Satan had sex with Eve and produced Cain, the fraternal twin of Abel. And Cain's descendants, as far as I can tell from that argument, none of Cain's descendants survived the flood. Not a one. Okay. But from my research, when I studied that argument, Cain's seed did survive the flood through the wife of Noah. The wife of Noah produced 3 sons, and only 3 sons. That would be Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And from these 3 men, everybody that you see on the face of the planet is here from them. So now, from my research, Satan's seed corrupted before the flood, okay, and was produced before the flood. And so since they live in heaven, in the sky, in one of the heavens, the first heaven, in the air, they were not affected by the flood. Those spirits were not affected by the flood, and they can just continually just come around and possess whomever they choose. So now, fallen angels are very different from demons. From my perspective, demons are the offspring of the fallen angels with humans who died in the flood. And then their immortal spirit roams the earth in dry places. And since there were no dry places directly after the flood, many of them found beasts and things of the ocean, the super duper ocean at that time, and things to possess. And so this process happens continually, all the time, daily, multiple times a day, all over the earth, where demons are wandering around, possessing bodies. You also have fallen angels who like to do that. That's just what they enjoy doing. That's why they have a military base based at the location where our ancient records say that the fallen angels descended onto earth at Mount I think I want to call it Mount Horeb. I want to call it. That's where the real United Nations is located. Okay, you understand that? So they are in communications with these fallen angels who are vastly superior, and they trade technology with world leaders in exchange for casualties, war, deaths, innocent children, things of this nature. It's just what they want in return for the technologies. So that's pretty stupid of them to do, and pretty asinine. So now, Grim Reapers, that's the title of this video, and that's who I showed you. Grim means severe, without levity, without humor, and merciless. We are commanded to have no mercy whenever the reapers go out. These are the hunters that I was discussing earlier. All right, let me show you that. And these are also the saviors. I'm going to show you that as well. All right, so Jeremiah 16:16 says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters." You see, those are two sets of people. So after the fishers are the hunters, two sets of people. And they shall hunt them from every mountain. Well, it just means kingdom, or every location, earthly location. You see, from every mountain and from every hill. Well, those are just cities. And out of the holes of the rocks. Those are just dumbs. That's a dumb name to call your base. It's a dumb. A deep underground military base. This is what they literally called it. It's dumb for them to hide themselves inside of rocks. Okay? So, I forget which paramilitary or military personnel performed these things, but they went around. I want to say it's the FBI, but I forget who it is. But they went into these dumbs, some of these dumbs, or many of these dumbs. I don't know, maybe all of them by now, but this was years ago when I knew about this information, where one part of the military or the deep state had went into the dumbs and blew them to kibbles and bits. So, you know, I don't know if they're the Reapers or what, but of course they don't have any clue about the actions that they're taking. So, from how I read the prophecies, the hunters are going to be aware of why they're hunting, who they're hunting, and for what egregious acts of their ancestors they are hunting. You see, as we prepare slaughter for stupid people. All right, so that's that. The hunters, the reapers, the grim reapers are the Israelites. And the grim reapers are holy angels. All right. So the only what I interpret as an unholy angel or unholy angels uh to be reapers are the four angels, right? In Revelation. Okay, so they were trapped. Why would a holy angel be trapped? Okay, so in Revelation 9 and 14 it says, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, clearly in my mind is a holy angel, loose the four angels which are bound. So why would they be bound? They have to be unholy angels in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loosed. So he said it to the sixth angel. The sixth angel had a trumpet. He said to loose the four angels that are bound in the great river Euphrates. So now we know the river Euphrates is one of the ocean trenches. You may be unaware of that because you don't keep up with my page. So there's a series that I share on my page purposely. It's called the Solomon Gold series. It's not 1,000% correct. That's it, but you're at a good 90%, 93%. You get a, not even an A minus, you get an A. You understand? So that man that created the Solomon Gold series is unaware of the Israelite paradigm and pretty much kind of thinks we're irrelevant. But the Most High motivated him to research what he has researched and present it in a very eloquent format. So, like I said, 90 to 95, 93% of his information is fantastic. It's fantastic. You can't beat it. So that's a great percentage, bro. 7%, 7 to 10% is incorrect, completely incorrect. But that's not enough incorrectness to outweigh the fantastic information in that series. You understand? So now, these have to be reapers. These four unholy angels. Because look what it says. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for 1 hour and 1 day, and 1 month and 1 year. You see that? For to slay the third part of humans. There's like 8 billion people on the planet. That's a lot of dead people, bro. Watch this. I'm gonna get where's my hold on. What just happened?